Good morning and welcome to Community Connections, Resources, and Gardening. I'm your host, Quandra Gaines. Today, we're just going to talk about different things that are going to be happening in the community and also some resources that are out here. And also, I know that a lot of people on Black USA News have been talking about self-care, affirmations, and all that good stuff. Um, it has just been a week for me um, because there's so many people when I work. There's just so many people who are in need for everything: food, clothing, shelter, eviction prevention, water bill, housing, mortgage payments, mortgage. People who are going through foreclosure, people who are need relief for all kinds of different things. And a lot of people have been um, their SNAP benefits, their food stamps have been just wiped out. They've put in their paperwork, and because of the way that people are working remotely, some are coming into the office, some or agencies are not letting people come in. They're taking the paperwork and they're not putting in the paperwork so that people can continue to have their food stamps. So as a result, the money that they do have coming in has been stretched beyond. Um, and it's sad. It's really sad. Um, I've actually had a conversation with a person, and they don't have no food. Um, they don't have any food in their home. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm person will say, okay, let me go in my refrigerator or let me go in my two deep freezers and let's pull some stuff up, drop it off. But most agencies, they're like, oh, well, you just got to wait. That's a little much. Um, so, one of the things I would like to do is to begin to create some form of resource, um, um, kind of resource thing on our Community Connections, Resources, and Gardening Facebook page. Is resources that you can go to, places that you can call if you need food, XYZ. Um, and we're in the process of putting that together. But one of the biggest things is 211. Call them. They have resources for almost everything. Oh, not everything. You can call, um, was it Children Family Success? I know they have a eviction prevention program. You can go on their website, fill out the application right there. Um, there are a lot of different programs, social services. Um, there's a lot of different pieces that you can do, that you can go to. But one of the things that I wanted to share is that tomorrow, the host that I had, Dr. Mama Deborah, uh, here 2 times, and I cannot think of his name, forgive me. He was here and he was a librarian, and I'm going to get his name, but the National African American Storyteller Conference kicks off tomorrow, and they're going to be doing a free event at Douglas High School. Um, I'm going to make it my business to get there because that is phenomenal. That is an experience that you will never forget. When they were at the Arena Playhouse, that was powerful. I had my whole entire family with me, and each one of us took something out of it, and it was amazing. So much knowledge, so many different storytellers from different places, and it was it was a very good thing. It was a very good thing because it was older generation and younger generation. So you got to hear different storytelling, how they did it, the visual arts, all that good stuff. So it was really good, and I hope that you will be able to go, and I'm going to get the flyer for you so that you can actually go. It's at Douglas High School, and I will get this. But besides that, I will get that and I'll put it on the page. Another thing is it's starting to get, the days are beginning to get shorter and the nights are getting longer. And during this time, mental health, it can play on you. Panic attacks, anxiety, a whole lot of stress if you're a single mother, or even if you're not a single mother or single father. Stress can get to you, especially this time of year, because you're trying to do so much for your family, in addition trying to get everything done for the holiday season, and get everything done for the holiday season, in addition to just taking care of yourself. Or if you don't know how to take care of yourself, this is the time to start doing it. So what I know I have been doing is allotting time in my day, which could mean focus time, which means I could be focusing on, I don't know, aspiration that I would like to do. And that time, and that little bit of time I like to it, I'm focusing on that. Or just recently organizing my pantry. Because I have been putting a lot in, I need to organize it so that I know what I have, so that if, like in this instance with family, I was able to pull things together, and we're going to drop it off today. So on that note, organizing your life, organizing yourself as an individual. I mean, I know with my family, my children are older, and yet I still find myself organizing certain things, especially now that I still have certain things, have some of my daughter stuff in my home, and having different things from my sons. This is the time of year where we nest. The weather's changing, it's getting colder. We begin to cocoon in our homes. So on this note, I would say organizing your thoughts, organizing your home, organizing your pantry, all that good stuff plays a huge role in your mental health. So there is another activity that is going to be going on besides the African American storytelling. They're going to have one today, and then their major event is next weekend, which is huge for me. I plan to get a couple of kids and go out with them, take them out with me. But one of the things that I have been trying to plan and put together is to have a group to do some form of book reading, that we could get together and do book reading. Right now, I'm on Toni Morrison. I read her when I was younger, and then I read her when I was having children, and now I'm reading her again. My first book is Blue Eyes. That's a very deep book. And Beloved. I finished Beloved yesterday, and it was powerful. It still is powerful. It was hard to digest a lot of things because as mothers, we would never think that we would do such a thing, or we would allow our children to go through those experiences. But in reality, many of us do. Blue Eyes. This is a book for me because I'm going through one of the hardest PhD programs that at University of Arizona, and it is taking everything from me that I can actually say is worth anything. And Blue Eyes is keeping me centered, because a lot of times we look at facades or trends or celebrities or people that we admire, and we put that as our reality, as our identity. And as a woman who knows who she is, the portrayal of what, or the status that it is presumed of being called doctor, Dr. Gaines or Dr. whoever, is in society held at the like highest regard. However, I don't think that they really understand when you what it takes to get there. And as a result, for me, it makes me go back and center myself to see what it is that I want, why I want this PhD. What will it do to help others? Um, because, like I said to you, I was a single mother, and I worked in the community. I worked for nonprofits. I've worked in corporate America because I needed to make sure that I could take care of my kids. Um, and sometimes as mothers, if it means a job that's going to get us home so that we're home when our kids are home, or so that we can spend time with them, we're going to take that job that's close. It may not necessarily be the job that's going to be great for our mental health. It's not going to be the job that may not necessarily cover every bill. You may have to do a paycheck here to pay this, a paycheck here to pay that, but it's to keep your family whole. And as a result, you have some businesses that will take advantage of you as a woman, or as a single father, or as a grandmother who's raising their kids. So when we have seasons like this, November, December, when it's cold, and you have to make that decision of, do I work on election day? Do I work on this day? Um, and their answer is always yes, because we have to provide for our families. And right now, things are very, very tight for a lot of people. Um, a lot of resources and services have been cut. Some organizations that were the go-to organizations are no longer existing. And it just seems like uh, life is pouring down on a lot of individuals. Um, I had a conversation with a young lady that said, I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. I know I'm not having one. I know it's my anxiety. I want to give up. I can't handle this anymore. I look at my children and I just say, why do they need so much from me? And those conversations can get really, really deep for me. And yes, I want to shower them with resources. Yes, I want to give them all the things that they say that they need. But as a community, I believe that we should have these kind of services in the community and not always have to go to governmental agencies to seek it or get it. And unfortunately, it's not always the case. So this year, while I'm pursuing this, um, I'm on this journey of rebuilding, um, reclaiming, and solidifying um, my education, my life, my choices, and my next phase of my life. Because I'm 54 and I do not want to work until I can barely walk or I can't think or anything like that. So, on that note, I am looking at different opportunities, different working with different people that I may not have worked with before, and looking at my journey as overlapping with others, especially young ladies who want to be writers or um, organizers or working as a developer or anything of that nature, because I love that area. So creating positive spaces for young ladies to go to, young men to go to, creating some sense of a hub. I'm looking at different schools and neighborhood associations that have spaces that we can use. I'm on a journey of bringing something that I have been working on for a very long time to fruition. I've actually established my board and gotten a lot of different things of that together. But it's very important that each and every one of us begins to center ourselves, because there's a lot of different things going on in Baltimore. We have new people coming into office. This is midterm elections. And there's going to be a lot of changes. I mean, there's going to be a lot of changes in the Senate. There's so many Senate seats that need to be filled. There's so many different changes and people leaving the House, representatives. There's just so many things going on in government. Here we are in our governor's race. We have 2 candidates. I hope that you go out and vote. We have an attorney general. We have so many different offices that have been held by maybe a couple people for so many years. And all of this shift, this new change, it demands us to change as a result. We need to be able to have those backup plans, having that backup money, which in my case sometimes can be hard. Having that extra account that you can put money in and not touch it, and that be your rainy day fund. Having what I would say petty cash account that doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but if you need something, or let's say someone else that you know needed something, you could give that. It wouldn't touch your account. I'm in the process of moving some of my plants that I have grown in-house all year round and move them outside, incorporating a much more bigger inside garden. That's my dog. He's 16 years old and he wants my attention, and I am trying my best to alleviate that. But having an internal garden, growing my own food, I have yams that I'm going to take pictures of that I will show you. I have peppers, assorted peppers, jalapenos, habaneros, 2 new peppers. They are serranos. I have mixed chard, Swiss chard, collard greens, and kale still growing. And it's nothing like it. I mean, I'm growing potatoes. I actually have some potatoes that are grow, string beans and peas. And the amount of money that I have been able to save by growing my own food has been phenomenal. I have been able to blanch, squash. I've done pickles, my own pickles from the very cucumbers that I have grown. And yet, and I've been able to share it. I'm growing tomatoes in my kitchen, 2 different types, and yet it doesn't seem like it's enough because I can share it, I can give it away, and still people are struggling. People are struggling. So I hope that today or tomorrow or even Monday, you start your first day of your week as a opportunity for you to do something new. I challenge you to try something new. I have been drawing and doing art. I crochet. I do macrame. I do a lot of different things. However, it's still, and it's a good thing for me because I'm able to push the stress of my day into something positive. I'm able to experience a whole different experience when I've been beaten down by other people's problems all day long. I'm able to learn something new and make something beautiful. So right now, I'm also learning how to, well, I know how to sew, but the sewing machine that I have no longer works. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. So I'm going to be investing in that so that I can make new pillows. I've actually made myself some curtains and different things of that nature. So one of the things I've learned is that the community that you first start with is your family, and how you evolve from your family outside of your home, you create other communities. And as a result, they create communities. And as a result, it goes on and on and on. And from those experiences and those relationships, then you're able to take whatever it is that you have inside of you in correlation with other people, and then you can make a bigger community. One of the things that I would advise you to do is to check on a senior when it is cold. Check on them to see if they have food in their home. Check to make sure that they have heat, that their services are on. Um, Volunteer or get with a community organization and see if your teenager can get community service hours by helping a senior with some odd and end cleanups, or taking the trash out, or raking the yard. All those things are community. Um, Giving your neighbors resources that can help them. Or making it so that you put those resources in certain areas or certain stores, or all the stores, so people can take advantage of it. That's community. So in my journey, um, and understanding what community is and what community needs and all these different things, I do that. I do that. So I am going to leave you early because I am going to be going to an actual event for a young lady that I met, I think, 12 years ago. And she is going to be doing an art project in Herring Run Park. And I will share that with you on the Facebook page. But she's going to be doing her first a couple of her paintings in the park, where she's actually doing the trees and different things of that nature. And I promised her that I would be there. So on that note, I am going to cut this show short, and be in attendance while she's giving forth her talents. So on that note, thank you for joining in for Community Connections Resource and Gardening. And I tell you, bye.